Mike wanted to know, what interview are you most proud of?
Most proud of?
Yeah.
There's not one. There's just, I'll open that up. There's not one that I'm most proud of, but Johnny Cash.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Johnny Cash. I was raised with Johnny Cash. My mom was a shit kicker. And so I didn't really like country music, but I loved Johnny Cash. I knew every word. I just loved the guy. So Johnny Cash is coming in on our show, and I'm freaking out. And sometimes when you have somebody that I love so much come on the show, I started to worry because I wanted them to be the person I want them to be, that I see them being. I don't want them to be an asshole. I don't want them to be, I want them to be kind and that person I think they are. Well, Johnny Cash came in wearing black, big collar, hair perfect. He came in, and he was getting up there at this point, and he was exactly who I'd hoped he'd be. He was generous in the interview. He was kind. He was funny. He was open. He took calls. I asked him during a commercial break. Rita, you know the story, but I asked him during a commercial break, Johnny, my mother is your biggest fan. And my father always said that if she had the chance, she'd leave my dad for you. And would you mind if on the air we called my mom? She doesn't know we're calling. Would you mind if we call my mom just so she could talk to you? And his response was this: well, I'd be honored, Brian. I'd be honored. Okay. We come out of the commercial break. I explained it to the listeners what we're about to do. I call my mom. Now, I have done a Johnny Cash badly, but I've done a Johnny Cash imitation since I played in bands. I did a kind of a band in between sets. I would go up as Johnny Cash a bit. And so my mom's heard Johnny Cash, right? And we had called my mom in the past and kind of had fun with her as well. So phone rings, mom answers. Mom, it's Brian and Mark's here. We're on the air. How are you? Oh, hi, Brian. How you doing? How's the show going? Oh, Mom, it's great. And I am hyperventilating right now, Mom, because I can't believe I'm about to say what I'm about to say. Zelma Phelps, I'd like you to meet Mr. Johnny Cash. And Johnny leans into the mic and he goes, hello, Zelma. My mom's response was, oh, Bri. Bri, cut that out. You're making fun of me on the show. No, Mom, no, that actually is Johnny Cash, Mom. And Johnny was so patient. It took 2-3 minutes to try to convince her that it was actually Johnny Cash. The second she accepted that, the split second she realized she was talking to Johnny Cash, a voice came out of my mother that I had never heard my entire life growing up with her. Mm-hmm. She said this: well, hello, John. I love she was flirting with him. Oh, so great. That's my favorite interview. And as a Post-it note, I sent him a Hawaiian shirt because I was kind of joking around with him. You know, you never see you in a Hawaiian shirt. That'd be kind of funny. I sent him a Hawaiian shirt, and I can go get it right now. But he wrote me on his stationery. God. He wrote me a handwritten long letter. Thank you. I love the shirt. I'm wearing it right now as I write this. I just want you to know how much I enjoyed speaking with your mother. He was that guy, handwritten, and it was sent to me within a week of that interview. Wow. That's one of my proudest possessions.
That's nice.
How about you, Mark?
I'll go. There's a question that I asked Tom Cruise that I was always proud of, but I'm not going to go there. I'm going to go to another thing. Brian may have forgotten this, but he'll remember it when I bring it up. Bill Clinton. He was the president, and he liked to jog. And it was brought up to our attention that he was jogging in San Diego because he was on vacation. So we're going to go. We got a motorhome, and we're going to broadcast from the beach where he had been seen jogging, and we're going to get him on the air. And so the quest, and we were talking about it every day for 2 weeks. How do we get him to talk to us? And finally, a listener called up, and he said, listen, I'm going to guarantee you that this will get him. I'm going to teach you a song of his college. I forget what it was, the alma mater. As he jogs by, sing it. He will come over. And so we liked the idea. He taught us, took us 2 days, and it only was 4 words, but we learned it. And there he was. We're doing the show. Here he comes. there's a lot of people jumping at him, and there was press, and we stood there and started singing that song. He had passed us. He stopped,
Wow.
turned and looked, and came over. And it was a second, but we got him on the air. And what I loved about it was that we would rent a motorhome and go to San Diego just to talk to that guy. But it was one of the things that we did, in that we talked incessantly about something that we were going to do in a week or 2 weeks. And we got the listeners involved, and it became a quest.
Yes.
And then by the time we got there, and keep in mind, it's a stupid show. It's a dumb idea. Motorhome, beach, Clinton, we're going to talk to him. But everybody had been listening to it, and they were invested. Will the song work? And it did. And I just loved the whole camaraderie of that moment.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the guy that turned out to be the president of the United States. I think he was still running at that particular time. So that was amazing. Jimmy Carter, you had on the air.
Yeah.
President Jimmy
Twice.
Carter. You know, I mean, think of all those people that you had. I mean, one of my going to music, Garth Brooks. Nobody was bigger in the music business at that time than Garth Brooks. He chose you guys' radio station to come on, and you had him sing a song that the listeners wrote. That was just insane.
My wife got married in a beauty salon. My wife got married to my sister. They met in a beauty salon. Yeah, we just kept taking phone calls, and each listener could add a line to it. And it became nonsensical. But when Garth was on, we did a break with him, and he was wonderful. And during the commercial break, we explained what we did. We wrote this song with our listeners. Each had a line, and he had his guitar. Would you mind singing it? And he goes, no problem. And I'll never forget it. He does this country western thing on the guitar, and he goes, well, my wife got married to my sister. They met in a beauty salon. Oh, guys. That was his response.
You know, just clap.